Hey, what's up, guys? Oh man, boy, where do we start, man? Uh, Before I forget, let me go ahead and say off top, Kate Abdu, continue to wear those leather pants. Kate in those dressed in all black with the black leather pants. Good looking woman in leather pants or something nice is all I can say. All right, now, um, man, this let me just say from the top, man. I like Ryan Garcia. I like him, man. I like him and Luke Campbell. I'm a fan of both guys. Um, but I've thought for a while that Ryan Garcia, he is a great character in boxing. And not that he's trying to be, it's just who he is, right? He gets hated on for being, a good-looking guy with a lot of Instagram followers, a lot, big social media presence. Um, was he a hype train or not? Um, he just, and I've been seeing these recent interviews. He was talking all cocky and shit. His hair to the side, his shirt unbuttoned and shit. you know, he's just like a great heel, like kind of like a guy you want to hate. If you're not rooting for him, a guy that you want to see lose. Well, for me tonight was one of those nights, man. Uh, Even though I like the guy, he was a heel for me tonight. He became a heel, man. Just for the fight now. I'm still gonna say I like the guy, but you know, uh, man, this guy, and I made sure to take notes of it because I wanted to. I didn't want to miss it, right? I know it's a show, it's showmanship, all this and that, right? But this guy in his first big step up fight is getting carried out like a king, man. I mean, man, that just rubbed me the wrong way, man. You know, I'm like, what have you done? What world champions have you beat? What titles have you won? What big fights you been in? He coming out getting carried out like he Tyson Fury or some shit. You know, I know he King Ryan and all that, but man, I just thought that was a bad look, bad vibe. Where's your focus, determination? Luke Campbell came out in his T-shirt. Serious business. He was ready for a fight, and that getting carried out shit. I was like, oh man, this just starting off bad. Um, and I also made a note of the ring announcer, man. I mean, maybe it was set up the way he was supposed to introduce Ryan first and Luke last. Was that a mistake or not? But he said Shane McGainin, that's what he called, and them guys were in the corner laughing at his ass, man. Man, what has happened to this guy, man? He made a mistake at the Jacobs Rosado fight, and he's like falling apart, man. Oh boy. All right. Um, in the pre-fight, I talked about putting money on Luke Campbell being the experienced guy. You know, experience playing the role, the big odds they gave. It was too good to pass up. I talked about playing the fight, not going the distance. All right. Well, the fight didn't go the distance, of course. And somebody asked about over under. I said the under, so that also hit. But Luke unfortunately did not win the fight, and I found myself rooting for Luke, man. Luke is so disrespected, man. It's terrible, man. It's terrible the way this guy disrespected, man. These DAZN commentators, man. Oh man, these guys were not giving Luke Campbell any credit, man. They were not giving Luke Campbell any credit. It was like HBO all over again, man. They were so biased for Ryan Garcia. Was that the company line was to uh, the company line is to promote and build Ryan Garcia at all costs. It's sad, man. It's sad. Luke Campbell could not get any credit for what he was doing in this fight. Um, So I found myself, rooting for the guy, and maybe it's reflected in my scorecard. But I saw the fight completely different from the way they were saying they saw the fight. I had this fight being very close. Um, tons of even rounds for me. It was hard to score. But let me go ahead and give you my round by round breakdown. Um, round one, 10-10, punch for punch. Luke staggered a time or two. Luke stationary and two in front of Garcia. Luke landing body shots, needs to move more. All right. He was doing kind of the opposite of what I said he should do. He was staying kind of like in the pocket with the guy, and he was having success with it. He was in the fight with it, because he's a high level guy. Yeah, he wasn't one of these guys that Garcia could just catch and get a quick KO over. But at the end of the fight, it bit him in the ass. All right. Round two, 10-8 Campbell scores big knockdown on Garcia with the left. Round was even before that. Luke stayed cool, didn't get aggressive. All right, in hindsight, that might be viewed as a mistake. Luke might even think that it was a mistake. All right, that maybe he should have tried to close the show on the guy when he had him hurt. Um, Sergio Moore was giving him credit and props for not, for staying cool. And I kind of thought also that that he shouldn't go crazy and kind of do what AJ did against Ruiz in the first fight. Get sloppy, and then Ryan Garcia ended up catching him with some shit and knocking him out. All right. We had to respect Ryan Garcia's punch. But it was a beautiful setup. Again, the experience played the role. He outsmarted, I thought, the guy. He faked to the body with the right, and then, you know, Ryan Garcia with his head, his chin straight up in the air, backing up in a straight line. He got hit with a left, and he got hurt bad and went down. All right. He went down bad. I didn't think he was gonna recover. I thought it was a chance that he would not recover. He was kind of out of it, kind of almost swimming and flopping on the canvas there for a second. All right. It was not a good look. It was not a good look, but credit to the guy. He got up and he survived and stayed in the fight. All right. Round three, another 10-10. Hard round to score. Sergio Moore wants to give Garcia the round for coming forward. I disagree. Garcia landed some good shots, but Luke did also. Luke boxing well. These guys were not seeing any of the good work that Luke Campbell was doing in this fight, man, and it is sad. I hope that the public does, but most likely all they're gonna remember is that Luke got knocked out, all right, and think that he's not that good or whatever, not give him credit. Um, you know, I just disagree with the way these guys were seeing the fight. All right. Round four to me, and this for me was the only other clear round that you could give a guy in the fight. All right. Round four had 10-9 for Luke Campbell. Clear Luke round. Luke landing every left he throws to the body. This will affect Garcia as the fight goes. Luke also landed a strong straight left to the head. Man, that was a clear Luke Campbell round. These guys on the zone talking about that Ryan Garcia won every round except for the round he got knocked down in. I don't see how they gave round four to Ryan Garcia. Are they not counting body shots? Were they not seeing and hearing what I was seeing and hearing? Because every time Luke threw to Ryan Garcia's body, he was landing, man, and landing some hard stiff shots. He could not stop Luke Campbell's left to the body. He could not. And again, the experience. Being in with a world class guy going some rounds. So I disagree with what they were saying about that. All right. Round 5, 10-10. Campbell was winning the round. Was clear ring general, but got caught and hurt bad at the end of round. Saved by Bell. The zone commentator's terrible. Again, this was a case where I thought Luke Campbell was winning the round. I had the ring general, but just because he got caught with a shot at the end and hurt bad, and he turned and was saved by the bell. Now I think he turned because he heard the bell and he didn't want to get hit after the bell while he was hurt. I don't think that he was turning a quick move. That's not. I don't think that's what was happening. All right, but man, that happened, and boy, they just wanted to just give the round to Ryan Garcia for that one shot. Now it was a good shot to where I gave him the an even round for it. If it wasn't for that shot, that would have been a Luke Campbell round. All right. So again, I disagree with what they were saying. All right, they're biased commentary for Ryan Garcia, wanting to big him up. All right, and round six, another 10-10. Garcia started strong and finished strong. Luke led in between. All right. Ryan Garcia thought that Luke Campbell was very hurt. At the end of the fifth round, he tried to close the show, beginning of the sixth round. I thought he might have kind of punched himself out a little bit because for the rest of the round, he pretty much took off, and Luke was doing all the work. And at the end of the round, that's when Ryan Garcia turned on, again after pretty much resting the rest of the round. So that was another even round. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 6 rounds were even, and 2 clear rounds for Luke Campbell. All right, and of course in the seventh round, Ryan Garcia lands the left to the body, man. And I hated seeing it. I was rooting for Luke. I had Luke. I had money on Luke. You know, I thought Luke was in the fight. I'm pretty sure I tried to look up the official scorecards on BoxRec. They were not posted yet. I'm pretty sure it would be a disgrace. I'm pretty sure it would probably be like what the zone commentator said. They will give him all of the credit. Give Ryan Garcia all the credit all around except when he got knocked down. Why? Because he was coming forward. Because Luke was being tactical and hitting him to the body, hitting him with jabs and shit. Going punch for punch with the guy in my eyes. But simply because the guy was coming forward, they want to give him the fight. And at the end of the fight, Luke Campbell, what was he doing? He was standing right in front of the guy. He had his hands up over his head. His body was ready to get hit. I said that he should have moved in a circle in the fight. What I think it was either the fifth or sixth round. It was one of the later rounds where he was kind of moving in a circle. But to stand in front of the guy, he was getting away with it. An experienced, skilled guy, a tough guy in Luke Campbell. He was able to take the punch. He was able to go punch for punch. Be tactical with the guy. He got Ryan Garcia's respect. He knocked him down. But at the end of the fight, he was standing in front of the guy and he got caught, man, with a power shot to the body. Bottom line. And I hated seeing that for Luke. I thought he was in the fight. He was not getting a fair shake from Chris Mack's terrible scorecard, from Sergio Mora and Todd Grisham. All these guys, man. I disagree with the way they were seeing the fight. So congrats to Ryan Garcia. He did get the win. He got the knockout. But I would think a lot of guys in the lightweight division, man, looking at him like he food, man. Teofimo Lopez knocks him out, man. And I like Teofimo. I've been kind of mad at him lately for the things that he's been saying about being the A++ side, what you bring to the table, all this bullshit, making excuses. But man, this kid, he ain't got nothing for Teofimo, man. I see Teofimo being able to take his punch. If they're in the pocket, he ain't gonna be able to take Teofimo's punch, man. If he gets dropped by Luke Campbell, he ain't gonna be able to take that guy's punch, man, and probably will not recover. I see him getting stopped by Teofimo. So I'm pretty sure Bob would love to make that fight. They were already calling for the fight, because I know Bob sees him, as having a big fan base, being a Mexican, and a winnable fight for Teofimo. So he was already wanting to make the fight. I'm sure he would love to make it now. I bet Oscar will not be willing to make that fight. All right. Now Oscar was saying that Ryan Garcia runs through the tank. All right. It was a part of me that thought that tall, long, strong Ryan Garcia, maybe he could catch Tank coming in and knock him out. My opinion has changed. He getting dropped like this by Luke, man. you know, and he getting hit to the body at will. You know, he get in with with a strong guy like Tank Davis, man. You know, again, I think that Floyd and Leonard Ellaby, I think they would love to make that fight. You know, a pay per view fight with Ryan Garcia. You know, they see that as being a big name, big money Mexican winnable fight. Another Mexican winnable fight for Tank Davis, man. You know, and I would have to favor Tank now, man. You know, can Ryan Garcia handle the power? He got dropped bad, man. You know, and Luke has a good punch, but you know, Tiafimo and Tank they hit harder than Luke. So you know, um, now as far as Devin Haney, man, how does that fight play out, man? Is Devin Haney is such a advanced technician to where he can outmaneuver Ryan Garcia. You know, his punching power has been suspect. You know, outside of that first fight he had on his own, well, the second guy he fought for the interim title, he blitzed him, but he was just too fast for that guy. You know, and overwhelmed him with speed and skill. But you know, I think that a Ryan Garcia Devin Haney fight is very interesting, man. I think that is a very interesting fight. You know, I don't know who would win that fight. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, Maybe I would slightly have to favor Devin at this point after what I saw tonight. You know, because I have not seen Devin struggle or be in these this kind of situation like Ryan Garcia was. You know. All right. And who else? I guess that would be it. And these guys on zone talking about, man, Ryan Garcia, he's in the driver's seat at 135, even though he don't have a belt. You know, I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not. He got the interim belt, but I'm not saying he in the driver's seat over Tiafimo or over Tank or Devin Haney. I'm not saying that at all. So he is Devin's mandatory, but he talking about he want to fight Tank, and you know, I don't think that's gonna go well for the guy, man. You know, I don't. Um, so I really think that's it, man. If he gets in with one of these top names in the division, I don't know, man. I don't know if it go too good for Ryan Garcia, man. And I know people are singing his praises tonight. He knocked out Luke and all that, but I saw a young, inexperienced guy, a 22-year-old in with a grown 33-year-old experienced guy. He landed the one punch knockout shot, but if it wasn't for that, how would this fight have played out? If Luke could have continued in this fight, could have continued the body attack. The score on my card with adding everything up was 60-57 for Luke. All right, he got a 10 in every round. I didn't give Ryan a round. Now, if you gave Ryan the even rounds in the fight, um, it would have been 57-56 for Ryan Garcia, and I think that was the scorecard that Garrett Davies had. I think that was his scorecard, but I'm not blown away by what I saw by Ryan Garcia. Got to criticize, even though I like the guy. But the way the zone commentators act, you would think that he just beat Luke Campbell from pillar to post, dominating him. Didn't even get dropped in the fight. I mean, you would think that it was AJ Pulev. Like AJ just dominating Pulev and shit, and Pulev can't win around getting knocked down and shit. That's the way they were acting like Ryan Garcia did Luke Campbell, and that was not the case, man. Hopefully Luke can recover, either stay active in the division or move up to 140, which he could do. There will be championships available once they have the undisputed fight and they vacate. So maybe that would be the move for Luke Campbell, maybe to have a fight at 140, see how it works out for him, man. Get a win or two, and then try to position himself for maybe a vacant title shot at 140 to become a champ. So because the guy's 33 and he's had a few losses at lightweight now. He's lost to Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko, and Linares, which I thought he won that fight. The Mindy fight, yeah, he lost that fight, but you know he was young. He was like Ryan Garcia. He was a young guy fighting a very experienced guy, and Mindy. And people try to shit on Mindy, but you look at Mindy's record going into that fight, he had like probably like almost 40 fights or some shit, and Luke Campbell might have had like I don't know like 13 fights or some shit. You know, it was, you know, he had a big time experience advantage over the guy. So, but you know, I think that's it, guys. You know, man, let me know what you guys think or thought about this fight. Um, Congrats to Ryan Garcia, but man, even I was getting rubbed the wrong way. You know, with the way the zone was bigging him up. You know, not giving Luke no credit. Basically trying to boost Ryan, make him a star. Ryan coming out and shit, the crowd cheering for him. You know, Luke getting booed, can't get no respect. You know, even I was turning sour on Ryan. You know, so. But as far as fighting the top names, you know, in my opinion, I think they should try to move the guy, get him some more development fights, man. He gets in with one of these top names, it might not go so well for him. Teofimo, I got Teofimo clearly beating Ryan Garcia. You know, if Tank hitting him to the body like Luke, if Tank connecting to the head, he can knock the guy down, probably knock him out. And I mean at this point I would have to give Devin Haney the edge because of his boxing skill. Have not seen him in trouble like I saw Ryan Garcia. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll check in soon. Thanks for watching.